Hey, how are ya? It's Dr. Kre. Sorry, I am just a few minutes late. It's 7:02 and it's Monday. And welcome to the Dr. Kre and Me show. We're so happy to have you. And tonight we're going to be talking about 5 benefits. Yes, 5 benefits of vitamin D. So we're going to get started in just a little bit. I'll give you time to get here since I'm running a little behind. I hope so much that you have had a very good Monday. My Monday's been quite long. I've been to the nursing home and everything already. Hey, Dave and Denise. Hey, Tanya. We're going to talk about 5 benefits of vitamin D tonight. Just rushed in from the nursing home. So we're going to get started in a bit. I know we've seen a lot about vitamin D and people swearing about it. So I think that'll be a good topic. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. Denise, I'll see you in a little bit. Give me about 7 to 7:45. I'm going to run and eat right quick once I finish your live. And then I'll see you at 7:45. So how was y'all day? Thank you. Hey, girl. You ain't seen my new frames, have you? Miss Tony, what's going on, girl? So we're gonna get started. Let's see. All right, we'll get started. You know who I am. I am Dr. Kre. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician, and I specialize in what's important to you through my healthy tips, my one-on-ones, my telemedicine, my concierge practice, my direct care. All of those things that I'm into, I help you live and learn to have a better and healthier and happier life. I feel like when you know better, you can do better. So here I am trying to empower you to live well, to grow more, and to just be better. So let's get to it. Welcome to the Dr. Kre and Me show. Tonight we're going to talk about 5 benefits of vitamin D. Number 1, I need a secretary. I need somebody to help me take some notes. So number 1, why vitamin D is very good for you is it actually helps with sleep. Hey, Aubrey, it helps with sleep. So yes, vitamin D. I get a lot of people asking about their vitamin D often. Insurance. One thing is insurance doesn't really like to pay for the vitamin D to be checked for some reason. I'm not really too sure why they really don't like for us to draw it. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be low in everybody. Because as Americans, we do not get enough sunlight. 1, and we do not drink enough milk. And we do not eat enough cheese. So we're not getting enough calcium. So we have some deficiency in the vitamin D. A lot of times, hey Harold, a lot of times we have issues with our vitamin D. And it can cause you to have leg cramps and aches. And aches and pains. So when I hear about, hey, I'm achy, I'm tired, those are the reasons I'm like, let's check a vitamin D. And let's cross our fingers that Blue Cross and everybody's going to pay for it. So number 1, it does actually help with sleep. So when you sleep, your body gets into this whole circadian rhythm thing where you have this rise and fall. Like, okay, so you know how you do when you're like, it's 4 o'clock. Why am I waking up every night at 4 o'clock? It's like my body's clock is just set. Well, your body's clock is actually set. So that's actually what's going on. Your body's natural alarm system is like, it's time to get up. So that's kind of your circadian rhythm. Your body gets into a kind of a routine. So vitamin D can help you sleep. Number 2, men and women, vitamin D can also help boost your testosterone. And it's doing this, it can help increase your muscle mass. So number 1, it helps you sleep at night. And number 2, it helps to boost your testosterone. So a lot of times we say, hey, take your vitamin D. I like for people to take their vitamin D early in the morning so that your body can get set on a certain rhythm. I don't want to be like, well, I took it in the morning today. I forgot it, so I took it at night. So you have to take it I would say take it at the exact same day, every single day. So we want to take it at the same time every day so we can get our body on a good set cycle. So 1, it's going to help you sleep at night. 2, we're going to boost your metabolism and by increasing your muscle mass. So you feel stronger. And then you know that vitamin D and calcium have to do with your bone health anyway. So if you got good, strong muscles, that can lend to you having good, strong bones, holding on to those bones. Hey, Miss Coleman, how you doing? Number 3 is it regulates your insulin levels and can help with your blood sugars. So that's really important because as we know, diabetes is so common and so prevalent these days. So if there's something out there that's natural that you can take to kind of help regulate your insulin levels, I'm all for it. So I think that adding a little bit of vitamin D to your regimen will not help you. If anything, it will help you. It will actually help to regulate your insulin levels. This improves your body's sensitivity to glucose. So your body is working better to actually absorb the sugars that's in your bloodstream. So the vitamin D hangs around, increases your sensitivity, and your insulin helps to regulate your insulin levels. So it may help you to have a little bit better blood sugar readings. So we really want that to be going on so that we're not having to, 1, increase our medications, 2, having to go on insulin. So if that's an easy, affordable, natural way that we can do things, then we actually will welcome it. So number 1, it helps with sleep. Number 2, it helps to boost the testosterone. Number 3, it can regulate your insulin levels. And number 4, it can help with weight loss. Hey, yes. Is this Dr. Johnson? Yes, it is. It's Dr. Johnson. So, yeah, 4, it is to help with weight loss. So, which is a big deal these days and time. We want to be able to lose weight. A lot of times as we get to a certain age, maybe 40s, mid 40s, we have a problem with trying to figure out how to regulate our weight because our metabolism is slowed down. So increasing the vitamin D in your life can help with your weight loss. Hey, Avina, thanks for joining, y'all. So we said number 4 is weight loss. And this helps to, like we said, regulate your natural rhythms. So you're taking it in the morning and then you have more energy. So when you have more energy, you want to get out and walk around more. You want to exercise. You want to go hang out. You want to get out and about, because if you don't have any energy and you're feeling blah all of the time, and if you're emotionally eating on top of that, you're just a recipe for a disaster and you're going to have some weight gain. So we're going to help to boost our energy levels. We're going to help to regulate our daily, circadian cycle, for lack of a better word. And you actually feel less hungry with the vitamin D. It can help with that. And remember, it's going to increase your muscle mass. So instead of building on all of these fat, you end up getting to be more muscles in there. And that's great. We'll take it, the weight loss, any way we can get it, especially if it's a natural supplement. So number 1, vitamin D can help you with your sleep at night. Number 2, it helps to boost your testosterone. Number 3, helps to regulate your insulin levels. Number 4, can help you with your weight loss, especially if you already in that grind. You already trying to lose weight. You already cutting back on your calories. You already exercising. This is just going to give you a little bit of a boost. There is, it's not like Adipex or anything like that, but it's going to kind of naturally get your body in that process. And number 5, like I mentioned earlier, vitamin D can help give you more energy. So a lot of times when people come in and say, hey, doc, I'm really tired, things that I check your thyroid, I check your vitamin B12, I check your iron levels, and I check your vitamin D. And you will be surprised how many vitamin Ds are very low. I don't know that I can count on one hand how many people that I've checked it and it's actually been a normal and they've not been on any supplementation. So let's talk about what normal is. So a normal vitamin D level is over 30. Most people's are 9, and I think I checked mine recently and mine was like 12 or 17. It was like super low. And I'm like, well, I get up and go to work and run into work and the sun is out about this much. I get off work and the sun is completely down. And it says I'm tired, so I don't want to go outside. I really don't care that the sun is out or not. So I'm really not getting enough vitamins in my life, natural vitamins. So now I take some vitamin D my own self. And this week I've actually been feeling a lot better. But vitamin D is a good source of energy boosting. So you sleep better and it increases your mood. So that is a good thing. Do you recommend taking it over the counter every day? Yes, you can take it over the counter. So over the counter doses comes in 1,000 international units, 2,000 international units, or 5,000 international units. So if you've had the level drawn and your level is like 10 or less, you probably need some prescription strength vitamin D. So you may need, and that prescription strength is like 50,000 international units once a week. So that's a good bit of vitamin D that you're getting, but we have to be mindful that based on our race, a lot of times people absorb it differently. So there are two different labs that we can check. One is 25OH, one is 1-25. So if you're African American, our roots come from around the equator. So there's this big debate out there on whether or not the vitamin D that we check, that the lab actually checks and they're going to pay for, or they act like they're going to pay for. The cheaper the labs is probably the better way to saying it. Is it actually the right vitamin D that I need to check if I'm African American compared to if you're Caucasian? So there's a lot of debate out there with which vitamin D should you be on or not. And if that is a true reading for African Americans, like my 12 or 17, whatever I got the other week, is that really low for me? Am I really low? Or is it abnormal lab reading based on, and it's not calibrated based on weight? Like when I check your kidney functions, it gives me this number is true if in this range if African American. This number is true and different and it's okay if it's in this range if you're Caucasian. So I don't know. I'm really not sure 100% sure on whether or not we've gotten a lot of sound evidence and evidence-based practices for which lab and all of that. But I check the typical lab, and if it's low, I say, hey, go take it, because it's not going to hurt you in any way, especially if you're not overdosing on it. I would say yes. But if you've had it checked in the past and it's like 15 or higher, you probably can do about 1,000, maybe 2,000 once a day. But I would at least once a year try and get it checked at the lab if at all possible. That's a good question. Thank you. So it said number 5 gives you more energy because when you're sleeping better, because your circadian rhythms are intact, and your mood is better. So you're out here like, I got this. I'm good. I have my vitamin D on board and I'm rocking it out. So increasing your vitamin D, the benefits are: 1, it helps you with sleep. 2, helps boost your testosterone and therefore you increase your muscle mass. 3, you regulate your insulin levels because it improves the sensitivity of your body to the glucose that's in your bloodstream. So your body's able to kind of be a little bit level. So you're not getting all these lows and highs, which becomes you're more emotional. You're aggravated and just blah when your blood sugars aren't stable. So number 4, it can help with weight loss because it's going to help with your natural rhythm cycles, and it's going to help you feel less hungry and increase your muscle mass. We want more muscle than fat any day, right? And number 5 is it's going to give you more energy. Would this be in any of my usual 6-month labs? No, we don't just usually blanketly test it because the insurance may pay for it or not. Check on your portal because I feel like I may have checked yours before. If not, when you come back in, I know that'll be sometimes next year now, because probably about 4 months when you come back in, Dave, we'll check it then. Or if you want to come by, you can come by and actually get it checked before then, just to see if you want to know what your level is. That's totally fine. Roz can draw it for you. Avina said, I was low at 7 and my hips were hurting really bad. I'm better now after taking a script of vitamin D. Now I'm just on over the counter. That's a great point. Hey, Miss Williams, that is a great point, Avina. Aches and pains. Like people come in, they're like, my legs hurt, my calves ache, my hips hurt, my legs hurt. And you're like, you young. You're really not out there exercising like this. Hey, Darlene, you're not exercising. You're not doing all of these things. So you really should be hurting out of the ordinary. But replacing that vitamin D, my goodness, for sure, will definitely help with aches and pains. And our bonus, because I'm always giving you a bonus. You know I love y'all. Like I said, it will help with your mood. So help increasing your mood, and you feel happier, you feel warmer. And this is actually a good time of the year to start it, because now that time went back, when time go back, about 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. So this is the prime season for seasonal affective disorder, or when you're sad, SAD. So we're for seasonal depression. And so I have some people that actually get depressed during the season because the days are so shorter. So, you know, like I said, I get up, the sun is up. I get home, the sun is down. So you're like, I don't have much time. It's early, but you don't really feel like it's early because it's so doggone dark outside. So this time of the year, if I have people that are already prone to be depressed, I said, come on in, let me see you a little bit more frequently. Come on, so I can make sure that we check your levels and check your symptoms to make sure you're not getting worse depressed. We may need to boost your depression medicines during this season, and we may need to start you on depression medicine. But also vitamin D may be a good supplement to start as well. So vitamin D helps to pep your mood. It helps with your achiness, your soreness. Helps you sleep better, helps your testosterone. It helps regulate your insulin, helps with weight loss. There are some studies out there whether it helps with cancer. So it's a great drug. So if you need to be on it, don't hesitate but to try and get on it. I would say do the huge dose for about 3 months, 3 to 6 months. If it's very, very low, like Alvina's was 7. Do that big old dose for 3 to 6 months. Come back and get it rechecked. And when you get it rechecked, if you're like close to normal, you can drop down to just doing 2,000 a day. And let's try and practice getting a little bit more sunlight in our lives. We don't near get as much sunlight. We're not outside enough. We got our curtains closed all the time because we don't want nobody looking in or we don't want to look out. But you got to remember that you actually need the sunlight to operate. Let's see. Keisha said, hey, Keisha, sounds like I need some vitamin D. I'm going to ask at my next appointment. Okay, cool. Yeah, just make sure that we know to get it because you have to have a special tube for the vitamin D. And it may not be on the normal stuff that Roz usually gets. So if you're thinking about getting it checked and you're going to Brownstone, just let her know. Say, hey, I want to make sure I get my vitamin D checked as well. She'll draw it the right tubes. And then when I talk to you, you just make sure I do the order. Dave said, yes, on seasonal affective disorder, the bonus. In 2002, vitamin D was 36. Yeah, that's really good. So we just need to make sure, stop by at some point and get your vitamin D checked as well. Get your vitamin D checked as well for this year. I really can't remember off the top of my head if I've drawn it on you in the last couple of years. So, oh yes, hey, Miss Cherie May. Cherie May is a licensed therapist in the area. We're work in progress and we send a lot of people. So if you're starting to have some seasonal affective disorder or some sadness, your depression is out of whack, we definitely can get you referred over to her. Cherie, put your number and address in the comments. And she said yes to sunlight. So yes, we all need vitamin D, y'all. We need it. And we need to make sure we got the right amount of vitamin D. And here's another big bonus. I just thought about that. If you are over 50 years old, especially female and Caucasian, you have to realize that osteoporosis is a real thing that can be in your future. So you have to see when your insurance is going to pay for you to start getting your bone density test. If you don't have any risk factors for it, the usual time for them to start paying for it is at 62 years old. So 62 years old, you go in at the same place over at St. Vincent's East where you get your mammograms. They do a little scan of your hips and your bones, and it gives you a T-score. So I'm gonna write that in the chat. T-score is a reading that you get from having your DEXA scan, D-E-X-A, DEXA scan, and it tells if you have osteoporosis or not. So a good T-score, you're normal, your bones looking good, but you still need a low dose. I would say no matter if you're over 50, you still need to be on a little bit of calcium. You still need to be on vitamin D. So vitamins are extremely important. That's one. The second is if your bones are starting to thin out and you have what's called osteopenia, thin bones, you may need to be on a little bit higher of a dose. but you can actually get full out osteoporosis. And especially if you've been on steroids for a lot of part of your life, say for instance you got asthma, COPD, if you're sick often and you're getting steroid shots frequently, that's why I try and tell my people, I'm not going to give you shots, but at least it's got to be 3 months between all of your shots, steroid shots, because it can thin your bones. So if you can actually get osteoporosis. And if you are a thinner woman or even a man, and you step off the curb wrong and you break your foot, yeah, you shouldn't be breaking your foot while you're switching, okay? Should not be breaking our feet. So if you break your foot, no matter what color you are, there is concern for osteoporosis. So we send you for the testing because we got to make sure that your bones are not brittle. And everybody is seeing the little old women that start to get shorter and shorter and crook over and over and over. And they're like this more than anything. 9 times out of 10, that person has osteoporosis. And you need to make sure that they are on medication for calcium. They need to be on at least the 2,000 a day. Darlene said I should be taking 1,200 to 1,500 of calcium with vitamin D. But what is you should be taking it, or that's what you're taking? So I usually say at least 2,000 of vitamin D and at least like 1,800 of the calcium. If you're over 55 and you got the thin bones and you're leading toward osteoporosis. However, if you're young and you're healthy, you can do the 1,000 of the vitamin D and about 600 to 800 of the calcium. So, but with your history, Darlene, of your breast cancer, or you should be, I would probably say I would do the higher dose. So, just FYI. So I would say between 800, at least 800 of the calcium and about 2,000 of the vitamin D. We had a visitor, y'all. Zoe came down to listen to Dr. Kre Me show, and she fell asleep. She's like, I promise, Mommy, I'll be really quiet because I want to listen. And she fell asleep. Anyway, so what other questions y'all got? So we're going to get on our vitamin D, or next time you come to the doctor, let's get your levels checked. Get some sunlight. Let's not be depressed in this season. Whatever we can do to combat that, we will be doing. So we're going to better our sleep, get those testosterone levels up, regulate our insulin, help try and combat diabetes, help with weight loss, help with your mood, help with achy bones. Any questions? I think I took all y'all questions as you came. Let's see. I think that's it. Well, you know who I am. I'm Dr. Kre. I'm your board certified family medicine physician, and I specialize in you. And I try and help you become healthier, better, and happier. Because I feel like when you know better, you can do better. So through my one-on-one, and through my one-on-ones, through my telehealth, my concierge, and my amazing practice here in Birmingham, I try and help everyone live well, live long, and prosper. So follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Dr. Kre. That's DOCTORKRE on Twitter. Oh, and check out the Facebook page, our Brownstone Facebook page. Follow us there because we're starting to do some customized vitamins called ID Life. Our website is brownstone1.idlife.com. And if you do your assessment, I will send you a 30% discount card. 30% coupon. I've been on the vitamins for about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks now, and I feel a lot better. I get 2 servings of vitamin D and a bunch of other good things in there. So check the link out. I think that it will help you. And then to keep you from buying so many of the wrong necessary doses over the counter. So this will customize to you based on the way you answer the questions. Hey Armanda, what's up, girl? Vitamin D for 43-year-olds. It's gonna actually depend on your level, but I would say you can't go wrong with starting about 1,000 a day or the 2,000 a day. So start at the 1,000, and then you always can get your level checked, and we can go from there. Yes, and like Cherie says, see a therapist. That'll help with the seasonal affective disorder as well. If there are no comments or concerns, check out our Brownstone page for the vitamins, and follow me on Twitter at Dr. Kre, and I will talk to you guys later. See you next week.